Though there have been some misses, 2025 has already been a great year for horror films. After an underwhelming run for Blumhouse's mixed-reviewed Wolfman, the year started with a couple of strong releases with Companion and the Stephen King adaptation The Monkey. But it was this spring that has really defined this year in horror. April saw the release of Sinners, which has made over $350 million and is already in award conversation. This was followed by the release of franchise favorite Final Destination, Bloodlines, which has become the franchise's highest-grossing installment. Most recently, horror aficionados got a treat with Bring Her Back. From the directors of the acclaimed 2023 film Talk to Me, the artistic horror has been getting solid reviews. In fact, 2025 has also been a year of a lot of unconventional horror films, including Bring Her Back and Sinners, which is extremely genre-bending. Now, another blended genre horror film has become available on streaming, and it's worth watching. Presence is now available on streaming. This horror thriller comes from the acclaimed director Steven Soderbergh, who also released Black Bag this year. The movie is about a family who become convinced that they are not alone in the new home they moved into in the suburbs. The film is written by David Koepp, who has previously worked on big-name titles like Jurassic Park, Mission, Impossible, and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Presence features a leading cast including Lucy Liu, Chris Sullivan, Eddie Madej, Kalina Liang, Julia Fox, and West Mulholland. It is now available on Hulu. Presence is worthwhile to watch due to its critical reviews. The movie may have been under the radar, but the rave critical response put it at an 87% tomatometer on Rotten Tomatoes. Screen Rant's Patrice Witherspoon gave the movie 8 out of 10 stars in a largely glowing review, noting that the movie has experimental direction. Others also complimented Presence's experimentation and use of blended genre tendencies, allowing for a suspenseful yet unusual experience. Presence's atypicality did not sit well with everyone who watched it. Though it was largely a success in the eyes of critics, the film was incredibly divisive among audiences. The Rotten Tomatoes popcornmeter sits at 52%. While this situates the film in the rotten category, it also means that roughly half of the viewers felt positively about the movie and half did not. Within the over 500 verified ratings, some audiences admired the film's unique approach to haunting, whereas others took issue with the pacing. A lot of the audience's divisiveness likely stems from the fact that Presence is not a traditional horror movie. Rather, it is an art house film that tackles themes of familial dysfunction with a supernatural spin. Some audiences, especially those unfamiliar with Soderbergh's previous work, may have gone in expecting a traditional horror film. If so, they would have been left disappointed. The audience's initial reaction to Presence should not scare away viewers who are thinking of watching the film on Hulu. Akin to something like A 24's A Ghost Story, the movie takes a unique perspective on ghosts and how they haunt the living. In these efforts, Presence takes its time, but it does not come at the expense of its quality, but rather contributes to a unique tonal atmosphere that makes sense even in its final moments and to its major ending reveal. With the film being digitally available, Presence has the chance to reclaim its status with audiences. Critics love the film and have picked up on many of the directorial flourishes Soderbergh infuses into the psychological horror thriller to make it stand out. It would be great, however, to see the public come around to celebrate Presence for its unique qualities. The film still has the chance to become a hit on streaming and win back its audience.